by night. Keep going crazy.
It is Lexus Exodus, leader of the Black Women Exodus. Like always, if you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. Please share. Please comment in the comment section. Please say what's up to me in the chat. Let me know that you're listening. Also, if you have any tips or any suggestions for any content, please feel free to send those to lexusexoduschannel@gmail.com. Also, special shout out to donor Jai, who sent a very, very nice, very generous Cash App. I really appreciate you, sis. Jai also sent in an email with a question and wanted some feedback that I'm going to share with you guys. Before we get into that, like I indicated, I think I'm going to do an Ask Lex segment. So if you have any questions or any advice that you're interested in me going over and sharing with our audience, feel free to send those to my Gmail as well. So this is what Jai writes. She says, "Hey Lex, hey sis, question for myself and others like me. How realistic is it to divest if you have more than one kid?" X says, "No one wants women with kids, even though I'm highly educated. I have a Coke bottle shape with a 6-figure income." I also hear that brides want Black women because they fetishize us. What do you think? It's okay to do a video response or email reply. Keep up the good work. Okay, sis. So thank you again for sending this question to me. So I read your email and had a few questions myself. So my first knee-jerk reaction was, how many kids are you referring to? And obviously, if you have 2 kids that are maybe preteens or high school or college age, the feedback is going to be a lot different than if you have, let's say, 5 kids under the age of 5. Because if you have 5 kids under the age of 5, my honest advice would be just to take a break on dating and to really just focus on your children and focus on yourself. Based off of your email, though, I don't get that impression. You talk about how you're fit, how you make a 6-figure income. So it sounds like you're not in that situation and that you're overall great decision maker because you don't make it to where you are making 6 figures being dumb. So I'll assume the latter, and maybe, let's just say you have 2 kids, just because, you said that you have all of these really good, great attributes going for you. I can't imagine that you ended up mistakenly having 10 kids with a dusty. So let's go with that. So you also said that you make a 6-figure income and you have an hourglass shape. I also see your picture and you're beautiful, girl. So you'll be able to divest extremely easily. And I can't emphasize that enough, extremely easily. And I think one issue that we have as divestors is that we are so accustomed to Blackistan BS and that problematic, toxic mentality and ideology that people in Blackistan have. When you think of Hidden Hills, the Manosphere, all these red pill idiots who will tell you, oh, you have to be Beyonce, you have to be 5'9", 110 pounds, and you got to be rocket science, but you still need to submit to a man making minimum wage. So that's what we're used to. You also said that your ex is telling you that same type of those same type of problematic ideas, and girl, snap out of it. That is not the real world. It isn't. And I think that you'll realize that once you actually do go out and experience these different cultures that you're interested in. So I think you'll be extremely surprised at the treatment that you'll get. And I'll use Brad, for instance, because you all know that I married one. And typically these men, especially if they're of a certain age, they're in the same boat. So he may be divorced with kids and just maybe starting over looking for, someone nice, a nice woman, to wife up and to commit to. Either way, these men are men. And if anything, he's going to say, wow, this woman is beautiful. Again, I saw her picture, y'all. She is gorgeous. She's very, very pretty. She takes care of herself. Obviously, if you have a Coke bottle shape, you're in the gym. So she's aesthetically appeasing. And that's because that's how men are. So men in general like beautiful women. So you'll attract him initially just because of that. Then after that, after he gets over your appearance, he's going to say, wow, you're really accomplished. He's going to be thinking to himself, oh, I'm used to, Becky coming at me with her hands out, entitled. But he's going to think, wow, this woman is the full package. She's smart. She's impressive. She's beautiful. She's goal-oriented and ambitious. and he's going to be smitten by you. And I think that what will probably happen is the men that you meet are going to want to add value to your life, and they're going to want to be in your life and your children's life after they fall in love with you. I mean, of course, you're going to vet and do the same things that you would do with any scenario, regardless of who you're dating. But I think if you divest, you'll easily be able to find men who are interested in you, and not only interested, they're wanting to commit to you and want to be stepdad. And that's my thing. And I'll use myself again for an example. My father-in-law, he met my mother-in-law and proposed to her 2 weeks after their first date. My husband, he's childless, and I was a single mother when we met, and he proposed to me after a year. And I was a single mom. So these men will commit to you. They will not only commit to you, they'll step up to the plate, and they'll be great husbands and fathers for your children because they see value in you. So let's remember that Blackistan is just a cultural difference. These men value families. They value the marital union. They value good women. So you won't have a problem at all with divesting. Your ex sounds a lot like mine. And I don't want to project, but mine would say things like this. But he also was not only verbally abusive, he was physically abusive as well. And he would say things like, no one would want me, only he would want me. And fast forward 7 years later, I'm sitting here living my best life. He pulls up to my gorgeous house in the suburbs in his little Pinto, his little bucket with his 500 credit score to pick up, our son. And he has to witness and watch his child and his ex-wife live a life that he could only dream of due to a better man that, stepped up to the plate and is taking care of the responsibilities that he felt too. Also, very briefly, you talked about being fetishized. That's not true. I mean, like I indicated, most men in general enjoy good-looking women. When I think back about how I've been fetishized, it was by men in my own community more than anyone. I recall being told by a guy before, oh, I want to bite your butt. Another guy said to me, oh, he yelled at me and would, these men catcall, talking about your body parts from across the street, talking about how big your butt is and things like that. None of that, any of that really disgusting, very lewd behavior came from men belonging to different communities. And yeah, so I think that what will happen, I think that once you do decide to open up your options, different men will be enamored by you just not only because you're attractive, but because you're a great catch. You seem like a very well-rounded woman. And I think that they'll just be attracted to you, not fetishize you, but they'll be attracted to you just because you're a pretty woman. So anywho, hopefully that helps, sis. Guys, if you have any other thoughts or any feedback or any ideas and want to share your experience, feel free to share those in the chat or the comment section, and let's help our sis out. Okay, let's get to what we came here for. So this is another installment of my daily series called the Blackistan Zoo, where we profile the animals, monsters, and other crazy creatures in Blackistan. And again, if you enjoyed the series, these installments, be sure to tune in Monday through Friday for the premieres. They occur daily at 6:30 ET. So I want to preface this one with a trigger warning. This is going to be about Bill Cosby and his sexual deviancy. So if you are sensitive to stories like this, please proceed with caution. Anyway, I say that, and I also want to preface this by saying I had an entirely different show planned today. I was going to talk about tequila today, but I guess I can do that tomorrow because you know how Blackistan is. It's always some BS. And your favorite pervy, skeevy Blackistan father figure got released from prison today. So we're going to talk about Bill Cosby today. So we're going to talk about the pervert today. So before we get delve in depth into what happened today, we're going to go through the profile of your pervert. So his habitat, you're going to find him in your local schoolyard. You'll find him in church homes, college campuses, casting couches, things like that. Anywhere where these predators can find unsuspecting victims. the pervert's behavior. So your perverted Tyrone is Blackistan sexual deviant. So he is a sexual predator that is really into sick, twisted, and sadistic kinks. And he really gets off on sexually preying on people. So he may be, a pedo and like children. He may be a necrophiliac and gets off on having sex with dead people. He may be into bestiality and may like to harm animals. Or in Bill Cosby's case, he may be a nasty, perverted bastard who just gets off on drugging and R-wording people. So notable perverts. So R. Kelly, of course, who loves children. And then, of course, Bill Cosby, who is the reason that we're gathered here today. Y'all. So Cosby, his perverted ass has been released from jail today, y'all. Yeah. Yes. So he was back in 2018, I believe. He was convicted for sexually assaulting several women. So he was convicted and sentenced to spend 3 to 10 years in prison after sexually assaulting several women over the span of 50 years. And Cosby had been accused by 60 different women of R-wording them. They all said that he drugged them and then sexually assaulted them. So he was convicted of sexual assault, battery, and then other forms of sexual misconduct. And I also want to note that I read that there were also 2 instances of alleged child sexual abuse, both involving girls 15 years of age. So not only is this fool just sick and sadistic, he likes children. He's an R. Kelly as well. So before we get into what happened here, I want to really highlight and go through the sexual abuse allegations and the timeline so we can really have a better feel for what happened here and why this man was convicted in the first place. So this has been 50 years of persistent, consistent sexual abuse and sexual allegations that this man had been previously convicted for. So it started off in the mid-60s. So it says that the initial abuse allegation happened in the mid-1960s when this woman named Suni Wells, she said that Cosby R-worded her twice when she was an aspiring singer and he drugged her drink. Then also Christina Ruelli says that she was a secretary back in the 60s and Cosby invited her to his home. She passed out after 2 drinks and then she woke up in his bed. He had his shirt off and had unzipped his pants and she was just coming to. Yikes. Okay, there's other allegations here. We see in 1967, this woman, Carla Ferrigno, indicated that she went on a double date with Cosby and a friend. Cosby got her alone and then grabbed and kissed her. She pushed him off and ran to find her date who took her home. Another woman, she says she was a waitress in Florida, and in 1969, Cosby drugged and groped her in his car. This list just goes on and on. We also have Sandra Ladd, and she says that she met him as a film producer. She was complaining of a headache, and Cosby offered her a miracle cure. The next morning, she woke up naked at a friend's apartment with Cosby nearby wearing a white terry cloth robe. It was obvious that he had had sex with me. Yikes, we still in the 60s, y'all. And these allegations are, there's so many. And we're still in the 60s. And this man just got arrested a few years back. Here's a model. Her name is Linda Brown. Said that he took her to his hotel room, drugged and sexually assaulted her. I felt like a rag doll and like a real life blow up doll for him. I was in a stupor. Yikes. Then it talks about some of his movies that he had been in. Then we get back to the sexual allegations. This former Playboy bunny says that Cosby drugged and R-worded her in 1969 in an apartment in Hollywood Hills. Cosby offered her and her friend white pills as she was mourning the loss of her 6-year-old and several other relatives. Jesus. See, and this is what I mean. It's not enough that you are a sexual deviant, a nasty, perverted sexual predator. You're victimizing people who are mourning the loss of their children. Like, how low can you go? How low can you go? But these fools, these Tyrones, they have no boundaries. We'll see things like this. They'll victimize. It's not even uncommon for these men to purposely seek out women and children that they know have previously been victimized. That way, it's easier for them to get away with it because they know, oh, this person has been hurt before, nothing had happened, they didn't do anything, so I can probably get away with victimizing them. This is how disgusting they are. They really do groom and seek out the perfect prey to get away with their shenanigans. Let's see. Oh, we finally made it to another year, 1970. So this is Autumn Burns, who said that she was working at a casino. Cosby invited her to his hotel room, and he gave her a drug-tainted drink and forced her to have sex with him. Wow. Here's another one. He put his penis in this woman's mouth and demanded oral while she was waiting in the green room. This was an actress who is alleging that. And I don't think you have to say allegedly when they're convicted of the allegations. Here's another former model who says that he groped and fondled her after immobilizing her with what he said was cold medicine. Sheesh. This other woman who was a flight attendant, Colleen Hughes, said that she was at a hotel room when he gave her champagne after pouring it into her Gucci shoe. She woke up several hours later. Cosby was gone. Oh boy, these poor women. So the craziest part, and this has happened to me, I was R-worded. The weirdest part is unless you get like a R-word kit, you won't know what really happened because you're blacked out. You're not conscious when they do things like this. So you're not sure. You don't know what happened. So it's like, was I R-worded or wasn't I? What happened? And I think that's probably what happened in a lot of these women's cases is how can you account for something that you don't remember? You know what I mean? Like, how can you allege something and go to the police about something if you don't even remember it? And this is probably why he's strategically drugging these women so they're not conscious. They don't even remember being victimized. Here's another actress who said that Cosby assaulted her in an office as he interviewed her for a part. Oh, golly, y'all, we still okay. Damn, I saw this and I thought we made it to the 1980s. Nope, just 1973. Helen Hayes. So she says that he grabbed her breast. Oh, Judy Huth alleged that he took her and her friend to a Playboy mansion when she was 15 years old and sexually assaulted her. These stories, this is like a grocery list of very, very disgusting, terrible, horrific accounts of these women alleging that he assaulted them. And we'd be here all night if I read through all of these. This is crazy. They go through the 1980s, 1990s. My Lord. So it's clear because there's no way that all these women, I think they said, shoot, about 60 women. There's no way that all of them are lying when they all have the same story. There's no way. It's just not possible. And so understandably so, he got convicted back in 2018. And he has this extensive documented history of these allegations or these instances of him sexually assaulting women and R-wording women. But today, the verdict had been overturned and he's been released from prison, y'all. So I want to bring up this news story. So, yeah, it says that the state's highest court tossed out Cosby's conviction as a result of an agreement that he had with the prior prosecutor that would have prevented Cosby from being criminally charged in the case. Okay. So something happened where, they were able to overturn his conviction because of some type of technicality. So it says that if you look more into it, that he was accused of drugging and molesting an Andrea Constant. And she was the basis of the criminal case. He was charged in 2015 for the attack and arrested just days before the 12-year statute of limitations expired. But he was sentenced in 2018, and there was a written agreement from the previous prosecutor where he stated he wouldn't criminally prosecute Cosby in the Constant case. So he promised not to file criminal charges against the comedian. And so that was the reason, that was the basis of them overturning this 2018 conviction, because apparently it involved this woman. So, I mean, wow, it boggles my mind. And maybe you guys who have legal backgrounds understand this a little bit more and can provide more insight. I watch Forrest Rocks, and she always says, "Oh, my legal rock stars, the ones who really have legal degrees, maybe you can help us out here." But based off of that, it sounds like this man was let off on a technicality. And now Blackistan is rejoicing because, Blackistan, they promote this bullshit. They normalize these abnormalities. These atrocities are actually not just normalized, they are encouraged. So I wanted to go through the comments and the reaction of Blackistan as they really just rejoice and celebrate this man being released, because Blackistan is so goddamn dumb. They don't understand that him being released over a technicality, that doesn't mean that he's innocent. It doesn't. It just means that the conviction, there was a flaw on the basis of the conviction. Does that make sense? So there was a gap there. So because that conviction, what they utilized, the evidence and the basis of that trial, because it wasn't 100% sound, there may have just been a fraction of a percent of something, there being a discrepancy. That still means that they're able to go ahead and overturn that. Hopefully that makes sense, but that doesn't mean that he's innocent. If he was innocent, he wouldn't have gotten convicted, and 60 women wouldn't have came out alleging that he did this to them. But of course, Blackistan is so goddamn dumb. They're so effing stupid. They're so effing stupid that they think that this means that he was innocent. He was proven innocent. So let's look at these damn comments and look at this ratchet shit. And I'm about to get pissed off because when I looked at this initially, all this wasn't here. So we see who has the number one comment. Chester the molester, T.I. Talking about tuh. Y'all see this ignorant stuff? So this man, T.I., has been under fire recently for facing his own nefarious allegations. And Cosby got released on a technicality. And his stupid ass talking about tuh. Like he got something to be happy about. Yeah, you should be happy. Because that should be encouraging. That should be encouraging to you. Because just like you, this man who has been terrorizing, preying on multiple women, just like you do, he got off. So that's probably encouraging for you. Here's a mammy here talking about, I knew he was innocent. I knew a woman saying this. And mind you, I think the stat is 1 in 4 black women, black girls are sexually assaulted. And here this woman come caping for him, mammying, after 60 other women have been preyed on and victimized by this man, talking about, I knew he was innocent. But that's Blackistan for you, full of mammies. Let's keep going. Oh, y'all, see, this is triggering for me because I knew it. I didn't look at these comments. This is my raw reaction. I'm reacting to this mess along with you guys. This is very triggering for me because still my victimizers are running free and ain't got a care in the world. And it's because of BS like this. So this next person, the DJ A1, they wanted to tarnish his name. They accomplished that. Bill set the tone for black love and family with his show. He made millions of black kids want to go to college, they knew what they were doing, SMH. So that's Blackistan for you. It don't matter that he's a pedo. It don't matter that he's a chester. It don't matter that he's waiting in dark alleys drugging and attacking women. He still set the tone for black love. That's Blackistan for you. Just like R. Kelly, they do the same thing. It don't matter that he messing with little girls. It doesn't matter. He may step in the name of love. He's talented. This is why so many people stay silent, y'all. This is why so many black women are able to get victimized, because this problematic, nasty coddling, this excuse making. We not saying this man ain't talented. We not saying that he didn't, inspire a lot of children growing up. We're not saying that, maybe he did help promote a positive image for, black families at this time. No one's saying that. He more than one thing can be true. Yes, that's true, but he still, behind closed doors, was a nasty, nefarious predator who hurt a lot of people. This next person, they tried to kill Bill, but the Lord has freed Bill. See, and this is why I can't with the religious stuff in Blackistan. Because don't put God in this. Don't put God in this. God is not responsible for this BS. Okay, Kelly next. Talking about R. Kelly. This person says, R. Kelly is next. Fuss with your mother. And he used Negro Ebonics. So he's actually saying Kelly next, fuss with your ma, but he means R. Kelly is next to be released. Argue with your mother if you're mad. See this disgusting stuff? So it don't, like I said, it don't matter who you victimize. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. And this is how it is across the board. So it can be your Bill Cosby's and your R. Kelly's. It can also be your Pookie and your Ray Ray who, got a GED and now is working minimum wage. They will coddle and cape for these fools till the death of them. They will go to their grave making excuses and caping for these fools and enabling this BS. That's Blackistan for you. Another mammy, Amaretta, and this is unfortunate because I enjoy her music, talking about free the real. And it's like, okay, well, let's not pretend because statistically, you may have even been victimized in this manner. Someone that you know has been victimized in this manner. And you talking about free the real. Y'all, this is making my head hurt. Hand claps from another Bammy. He didn't do it. They trying to set this man up. He was about to purchase NBC. So now we got a Hotep talking about, he was about to purchase NBC. The white man is the reason why he not the fact that he can't keep his pen in his pants. Not the fact that he walk around with effing opiates and shit, dropping medicine and illegal drugs and women's drinks. That's not the reason why he was convicted. It's because he was about to buy NBC. This is disgusting, y'all. But this is Blackistan for you. This is Blackistan for you. It won't let me read no more comments. This is just the most liked one. So we see 10,000 likes here. And that's because they all have this problematic, nasty, disgusting group thing where they excuse and look past this BS. And this is why I have billions of stories till this day. Just yesterday, I had this woman email me saying, I was sexually assaulted twice as a child. And I told a trusted adult in my family, and she did nothing. She did nothing. Because this is what y'all do. Because this is what y'all do. So it's okay for these Tyrones to systematically sexually assault these women, to hurt them, to harm them, to maim them, to kill them in some cases. But free him because he didn't do nothing. He don't deserve to go to jail because he got his GED. He don't deserve to go to jail because he helped that old woman across the street that one day in 1994. He don't deserve to go to jail because he single-handedly saved the black community because he played, as an actor, a fake role on TV, played a good father. is so disgusting. This is triggering to me. I could cry, y'all. And this is why we got to be very careful what we consume. Because when I tell y'all, after that, back when that girl in Harlem got attacked by those men, and it was caught on camera because after she told them that she didn't want them to buy her wine, they attacked her and tried to maul her and bite her eye out. When I tell y'all, I was in shambles. And next day in a therapy session with my therapist because of that, this shit is triggering. Then you see the reactions of these, because it's one thing. It's one thing to hear about another woman getting victimized in such a nasty, nefarious manner, but to see the reactions of this, the collective bullshit that this community enables, that's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's trifling. And then y'all wonder why. Y'all trolls, y'all mammies, y'all Tyrones, y'all trigger Tyrones wonder why every day I'm on this platform telling black women, y'all need to save yourself. You need to divest. This is why I tell you guys over and over again, divest from Blackistan. Because this is your high value male. This is it. This is your unicorn. This is who you should aspire to be with. And if you get him, if you get the rapist, thank your lucky stars. This perverted, old ass, nasty ass, high value male running around the damn country, molesting, drugging, and raping woman after woman over 50 years, y'all. 50 damn years. 50 years he got away with this. He finally has to face some repercussions after ruining these women's lives. He finally has to experience some repercussions of his actions. And after 2 years, he got released, and Blackistan is celebrating. But this is what we gotta celebrate, y'all. Because the bar is in hell. Because we know all these men in Blackistan are broke. They poor. They likely uneducated. They likely unemployed. They likely to have been in prison. So if he make it out the hood, if he manages to get even a semblance of success, even a managerial job at the Amazon warehouse, like sis always says at the intro of my videos, the whole community is going to excuse any other BS that happens after the fact. Even if that means he's R. Kelly and he messes with little girls. Even if that means he's Bill Cosby and he's a predator and he likes to drug and rape women. We're going to rejoice. We're going to celebrate this man getting a slap on the wrist and not being held accountable like we always do. Divest, y'all. Divest. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate you guys. Until next time, see you guys. Bye.
If y'all come across a red iPhone, can you please bring it to the sound stage? Red iPhone, appreciate it.